Welcome to this training on reporting fraud offenses in NIBRS. In this session, we'll explore how to correctly classify, document, and report various fraud offenses using National Incident-Based Reporting System standards. First, let's begin by defining fraud. NIBRS defines fraud as the intentional perversion of truth to deceive another person or entity, which results in the victim suffering a loss of something of value or to surrender a legal right. NIBRS categorizes fraud into 7 unique offense codes. 1. False pretenses, swindle, confidence game. 2. Credit card, ATM fraud. 3. Impersonation. 4. Welfare fraud. 5. Wire fraud. 6. Identity theft. 7. Hacking, computer invasion. And each must be reported separately based on the specific scheme used. Choose the most specific, distinct type of fraud being used in a single incident. Now, let's learn the difference between fraud and theft. In fraud offenses, something is taken. In theft, larceny offenses, something is also taken. Confusing, right? Let's clarify this. Fraud is only achieved through deceit or lying. Theft, larceny, is the physical taking of something. Get it now? Let's review and define the 7 fraud offenses. Number 1. False pretenses, swindle, confidence game. The offender tricks the victim into voluntarily giving up property or money. Example, selling fake concert tickets online. Second, credit card, ATM fraud. Using a stolen or fake card to make unauthorized transactions. Example, online purchases made with someone else's credit card. Third is impersonation. Pretending to be another person for financial or personal gain. Example, claiming to be an IRS agent to collect fake tax fines. Fourth, welfare fraud. The use of deceitful statements, practices, or devices to unlawfully obtain welfare benefits. Example, submitting false information to collect public benefits. Fifth, wire fraud. Schemes executed over electronically and/or telecommunications to transmit a message in the furtherance of fraudulent activity. Example, text messages sent to victim saying they owe money for a fraudulent ticket violation. Sixth, identity theft. Wrongfully obtaining and/or using someone's personal identifying information without their consent. Example, opening a credit card account using another person's information. Seventh, hacking, computer invasion. Wrongfully gaining unauthorized access to another person's or institution's computer. Example, hacking and accessing another person's cell phone to steal personal information. Keep in mind that counterfeiting, forgery offenses are not under fraud offenses. Counterfeiting, forgery may seem fraud-related, but it has its own specific offense classifications and is not considered a fraud offense, but is still in the crimes against property category. Now, let's go over a couple of exercises to see how well we can identify fraud offense types. First exercise. A man gets gasoline at a full-service gas station and drives off without paying for it. What type of fraud offense is this? False pretenses, swindle, confidence game. Good job. The man asked someone to provide a service and product to him and failed to pay for it. He made a tacit agreement for product and services rendered. A confidence scheme without impersonation or identity misuse. A woman applies for state child care benefits but hides her income on the application. She receives $10,000 in aid before the fraud is discovered. What type of fraud offense is this? Welfare fraud. Submitting false information to obtain public assistance is welfare fraud. Even if some eligibility exists, intentional misrepresentation qualifies. A stolen credit card is used to buy luxury handbags online. What type of fraud offense is this? Credit card, ATM fraud. Unauthorized electronic transaction with a stolen credit card, financial instrument, is a credit card ATM fraud offense. A suspect opens credit accounts using a stolen social security number. What type of fraud offense is this? Identity theft. This involves using personal identifying information without consent. This is an identity theft offense. A payroll clerk receives a spoofed email that appears to be from the CEO and wires $25,000. What type of fraud offense is this? Wire fraud. Because digital communication was used to deceive and redirect funds, this is a wire fraud offense. A suspect poses as an IRS agent and demands cash for fake back taxes. What type of fraud offense is this? Impersonation. That's identity misrepresentation, the key trait of impersonation. Misrepresenting identity for gain is a hallmark of this type of offense. This is an impersonation offense. An accounting firm reports that hackers bypassed their firewall and accessed client tax records. No data was changed, but sensitive information was viewed and possibly stolen. What type of fraud offense is this? Hacking, computer invasion. This offense involves the unlawful access to a computer system or network. Even if no data was stolen or modified, unauthorized access with the intent to obtain or review protected information qualifies as hacking under the fraud offense type. Remember to always report if each fraud offense was attempted or completed. Some mandatory fields for fraud offenses include UCR offense code 26A to 26G, cargo theft indicator, attempted versus completed, type property loss, etc. Property description, value of property, date recovered, if recovered. Cargo theft indicator is a mandatory field for all fraud offenses to report as either yes or no. Cargo theft is the theft of commercial items moving in commerce at all points between the point of origin and the final destination, regardless of any temporary stop while awaiting transshipment or otherwise. Does the fraud offense you are reporting fit the definition of cargo theft? If so, enter yes. If not, enter no. Data Element 7. Attempted or completed offense is also mandatory for all offenses in NIBRS. Type property loss. Finally, let's talk about what to enter under type property loss data element. If the fraud offense was only attempted, select none or unknown under type property loss. If the offense was completed, select either recovered or stolen under type property loss. If you select recovered, always enter the date of recovery. Some frauds may include the use of an identity intangible property, which can be reported with 66 in DE 15. You would be able to leave the value blank when including this property description. Thank you for completing this training on reporting fraud offenses in NIBRS. Remember to always identify the specific type of fraud, 26A to 26G. Clearly determine if the offense was attempted or completed. Complete all mandatory data elements, cargo theft, property loss, etc. Distinguish fraud from theft, deceit versus taking. Thanks again for your dedication to accurate and reliable reporting. At the IJIS Institute, we remain dedicated to helping agencies like yours strengthen their understanding of NIBRS through continued training, technical guidance, and practical resources. We encourage you to stay connected and explore our growing collection of materials on the IJIS Institute website. Visit the NIBRS data sharing page under the Key Initiatives menu to find additional NIBRS-related tools and reference materials designed to support your agency's reporting efforts. For questions or further assistance, please contact our team at info@ijis.org.